Hi everyone, how are you? My name is Danny. Welcome to Danny's Corner. One of the things that I don't like about 4th of July is fireworks. You might hear them in the background. And trust me, for a person that has migraines, this is really loud. How loud? I'm not sure. But it's definitely louder than what you may hear when you hear these things. And this happens too when it comes to fireworks during New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. So it's not just about 4th of July. And this is, again, one of the reasons I don't like this holiday. The other thing is, when I think of Independence Day for the United States, I often don't think about the country, more about the people who have been marginalized in these over 200 years. And one of the things I ask, yeah, sure, it's Independence Day for the United States, but when you think about it too, is it really Independence Day for a lot of people? And again, think about all the groups that have been set aside for many years. Some of them gained recognition only after 100 years passed. A lot of these people were slaves in one way or the other. Others didn't have the right to vote until the 19th century. And you ask yourself, is this what independence means? That certain groups have to wait years and years until they get recognized, until they get seen, until somebody raises their voice and says, enough is enough. For example, take African Americans, take Japanese, take people with disabilities, which, by the way, are still not recognized fully. Take women's rights, which are still being under attack in one way or the other. And I can go down the list. It's even more. And I sometimes think true independence means that you give an opportunity to everyone to grow, for that person or those group of people to be whom they want to be, with all of their virtues and with all of their failures as well. And unfortunately, the United States isn't providing that. The more time goes by, the more we see that certain groups are being attacked, even when it comes to speaking your mind. It seems like you're not able to do that freely anymore. And supposedly this is the country of freedom, where they got out of a system that didn't permit them to exercise their right to be free to say whatever they want, to practice their spirituality the way they saw fit. So what happens now? It's happening again. But still, we celebrate 4th of July as an Independence Day. And I think to myself, it's independence for a few, but not for all. And as I have mentioned a lot of times in my videos, especially when it comes to people with disabilities, we're not free. We are, unfortunately, still bound by certain rules, by certain things, and those have not changed. For example, the ADA. There was a small window during perhaps 1980s where people with disabilities spoke up, and finally somebody listened, and in 1990 that law got passed. But again, things change in 30 something years, and certainly for people with disabilities, the digital age has come, and whatever access that may offer, a lot of platforms, including this one or TikTok or any other platform, are still not accessible as they should be. There's a lot of areas where we need improvement as users who have disabilities and who want to contribute to society. And unfortunately, the algorithm doesn't help us whatsoever. The other thing is because of the education that most have received of blind people, a lot of sighted folks or able-bodied people have stereotypes which are hard to break, especially because there are not a lot of voices speaking out on how we're supposed to be approached or how to talk to us, etc. So again, for whom is this Independence Day? Certainly not for me, certainly not for other groups. And I understand that for most people, they may say, well, that's the way things are. However, I think once you recognize that you could be placed in this position sooner or later, you will begin to reevaluate your values or your life. Or remember that when it comes to disability, nobody is exempt from having one. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. So I'll leave you with this. When you celebrate the 4th of July, because it falls on a Friday, but I'm sure a lot of people will still celebrate it during the weekend. Think about the other people who were left behind, whose voices were not considered, whose voices have been silenced for a long time. And those voices are still being silenced today. Thank you very much for watching this video. And again, to prove my point, I understand that for a lot of my videos, things may not seem, you might not see a lot of lighting or visuals, but I work with what I have. It's just me. Nobody else is behind me directing the camera or telling me how to position myself. And again, because of the way my videos are made, this is what I have to deal with. But I'll keep going and speaking the truth and speaking about my story, my struggles, in hopes that somebody could identify with me and celebrate responsibly. Right now, I can hear the fireworks, and those are never fun to be around, especially when you know that it can be dangerous, because one of those may hit someone, and it's not great to be in that position. Take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you next time. Thank you very much.